I see regular people on TikTok saying it's okay to cheat on taxes because the IRS is slashed. Can you send me some of these? This would be a funny video. People on TikTok are telling you to cheat on your taxes. Don't worry. Bro, if you don't have a tax lawyer, no. Don't. No. Of course. For your W-2 income, they know what you owe. It doesn't take a big, deep team. The hard part is, the reason IRS needs more staffing is because of all the complicated and creative ways that rich people used to get around taxes. By the way, just to put a bow on this discussion, they saved $2 billion in salaries by cutting all those IRS agents, and they lost, I think, 168 plus billion in revenue, expected revenue, in terms of tax collection. So what the fuck was the point? I know what the point is. To stop taxing rich people. That's it. There's no savings. There's no savings. It's not owning literally the point of that, defunding the IRS, is to allow rich people to avoid taxes with impunity. There's nothing efficient about it. Hey, Shrek, I need to get my bread up so I can avoid taxes. Yeah, sure. Great. Relax. They know what they're doing. I fucking love it. You know what? Based. Relax, dude. They know what they're doing. Did you see Elon? I trust that guy. He knows what he's doing. He's not gonna make a mistake. He's not gonna dick me over. He's not gonna get on ketamine and try to vastly change systems he doesn't even understand. That's good. It's all good, bro. We're good. Sports betting is the best way to negotiate the IRS. You make so much money, they can take as much as they want, and I will still be rich. To negate? You're saying you don't care about taxes because sports betting is such a guaranteed cash geyser that they can take, quote, as much as they want and you'll still be rich. That's incredible. That's incredible because even Jeff Bezos, who has $180 billion, something like that, he moved to Florida to avoid taxes. But you are making so much money that's chump change to you. Just betting. Oh, dude, someone said this. This is an interesting story. There was a guy who realized that almost every single bet on polymarket is kind of based on something happening. And so he bet no on basically everything. He just bet no. Like on every political thing, he just bet no. And he ended up making $2 million in profit. He basically bet on nothing ever happens. Will Trump end Department of Education? No. Will he sign a national abortion ban? No. Will he pardon Hunter Biden? No. And like a lot of these, the odds weren't in his favor, but he just farmed the easy money. This is his profile picture. Nothing ever happens. He just did a full-on nothing ever happens. Will Trump pardon Edward Snowden? From Jerome Powell. That's just really funny. He lost some of them, but, you know. In fact, the ones he lost were where he voted yes. The ones he lost was where he voted yes. I think right about here, he stopped voting yes because he lost 4 in a row. He went all no. And he's up 2 million. That's crazy. Damn, gold at 3,500 a troy ounce. Bro, 1 ounce of gold buys 52 barrels of oil. Holy fuck. 1 ounce of gold gets you 52 barrels of oil. Sheesh. How's your 500K Fartcoin position doing? You think I only have 500K in Fartcoin? Fartcoin is financial freedom. And it is, wow. Dude, it's pretty good. Why is Fartcoin up 115% over the past month? Yeah, I made $1 million on Fartcoin. Dude, that is insane. Fartcoin moves in silence. What about a year? I mean, it's up over the year. It's down from Fartcoin mania in January. We're not quite back there, but we're shockingly returning to it. That is insane. So Fartcoin, obviously a meme, plummets. And then after the global trade war and tariffs begin, Bitcoin drops, but Fartcoin, the stable reserve currency, starts rising. This is digital gold. That's incredible. Farts are recession proof. Shocking, shocking, shocking. Bro, I might think about actually trimming some exposure to gold maybe. This is an insane run when you really look at it. This is an insane run when you really look at it. That's unprecedented historically. But also what's happening is unprecedented historically. A lot to think about. Speaking of a long-term story in the stock market, by God, dude. Speaking of a long-term story, a consistent domination, by God. There's a clear number one here, 4.4% on a down year? Up 4% when the NASDAQ's down 14, S&P's down 11? Come on, bro. That's consistent. Ludwig, he's doing all right. Someone said, holy shit, no wonder Ludwig is streaming daily. As if Ludwig is so devastated by the loss of $1,500 that he has to stream every day to try and make his money back. You're right. You're right, dude. He's broke and he's trying to make it work. Should add Lud without Trump coin. Lud without Trump coin would be tied with Doug, basically. A little bit worse than Doug. He'd be above Stans, though. Minus 3K for charity and bros celebrating. Year of kindness, my ass. Well, to be fair, I steal from charity constantly. So it's like, you're asking me to get rid of a time-honored tradition. Every year I go to a charity and I yoink out of the collection box. So one thing I'll do is like a fun little hobby of mine is I will write up a really professional looking fake invoice for like some like accounting services or something, and then just mail it to every charity in town. And hopefully one of them doesn't look too closely and just pays it. You know, they think it's some bill they have and they just pay it. And that way, like I'm at scale stealing from a lot of charities. It's like a really cool, it's actually free money. Like the dad did from Google. Yeah, people do this for Google, but Google's like too nice of a company to do. I don't want to do it to Google. I'd rather do it to like Habitat for Humanity or something. Do you think there's a correlation between the rise of spiritually and inequality and poor economic times? Dude, I think I've seen this. I do feel like there's a growing number of people turning towards some form of spirituality, but I don't know if it's economic. I think it's loneliness or isolation or the dehumanizing aspect of algorithms. I definitely notice it. I notice it even among like people I consider really, I don't know, sharp, well-educated, whatever. I think overall human beings are kind of searching for something. I don't think it's this same organized religion they always had, although some people are going back to the church, I guess, but people are looking for some kind of, because I think they feel very deficient in that area. Maybe it's community. Yeah, maybe it's community. Maybe it's something like that. But I think that it's an interesting point. I don't know if I have a deeper thought on it without more research. I like that you said it because I've noticed the same thing. I've definitely felt the vibe shift. Bring back the Greek gods. Dude, what if we brought back the Greek gods? I do. Listen, I'm not religious. I have no problem if you're religious. Again, based on what I just said, some people are craving connection and spirituality and something to give them more purpose and meaning, and I got no problem with it. I'm just not personally religious. But if I was, I would want to be in a religion with like a ton of gods. I think it's cool to have a god for like everything. I think having one god for everything is kind of boring. I would love to have like a god of the harvest and a god of gambling and a god of food and a god of pizza and a god of... Because then you can always feel like you're being blessed by some god. Like if I get a flat tire, then I'm like, the god of transportation hates me. But then I taste a tasty pizza and I'm like, oh, but the god of pizza really is smiling upon me today. And if I were going to Twitch Prime right now, then I would know the god of generosity was smiling upon me. Does anyone have a Twitch Prime? Thank you, Splash Zone. Doing my part to get Atrioc on the same tax bracket as Jeff E.B. How many primes would I need to get in Jeff Bezos's tax bracket? If I make $3 a prime, it's for prime, it's half, right? So I make $249. $249 a prime. What's Jeff B's current wealth? $186 billion. To match Jeff Bezos's wealth, not necessarily his tax bracket, but his wealth, I would need 74,698,795,180 primes. Can we get started? Okay? Can we get started? Okay, here's the problem. Here's the fucking problem. Is that every time you prime to me, Jeff Bezos gets the other half of the prime. It makes Amazon wealthier. So he's increasing his, actually he's not. Primes are a loss, if you did not know. Primes are a loss for Twitch. And Amazon hates them. Amazon hates Prime. They want to get rid of it, but it's like it would be the death of Twitch almost. So what do you mean what? Amazon hates Primes because Primes is just taking money and paying it out to Twitch streamers with no one paying anything in. It is a loss. It is a net loss. Loss for Amazon, not Twitch. It's a loss on Twitch's books. Why is it better for Amazon to keep Twitch at a loss than just let it die? It's very hard to create a media company that captures attention at scale in today's world. Very, very hard. And there's a lot of potential to use that attention for some benefit to a company. Twitch has not figured it out yet. It would be crazy for Amazon to just throw it away. Last thing you want is to end up in a Vine situation where you buy a company that's really successful at getting attention, but you can't monetize it, so you shut it down, and then someone else figures it out later and you're Twitch is a loss leader for Amazon. Most things associated with Prime are loss leaders for Amazon Prime. The idea is to make Prime so overwhelmingly beneficial in a ton of different ways that you can't imagine life without it. It's like not a subscription, it's a tax that you have to pay. Similar to kind of what Netflix has tried to do, but